On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Saturday evening to each and every person out there tuning in to On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side. So we have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps. We're going to kick it off with some updates. Now, in this morning's vlog, I made mention of a fatal knockings and clappings that took place off Maxwell Avenue. That's right along the intersection of Raphael Avenue and Dumfries Street in the Kingston Western Police Division, where this man presently on your screen, identified as David Robinson, aka Shaky. Him come from 12 Ramsey Road, 28 years of age, end up lose Theme 3 Pines. Now we get to understand say another criminal element identified as Teeco. He was the mastermind and the trigger man behind his fatal knockings and clappings. Now we have still not gotten any clarity as to why David Robinson, aka Shaky, was taken out in such a fashion. But On The Spot News Media is most definitely still on it, and you will be updated subsequently. Now the next fatality that we are going to talk about is the two that I made mention of that the police them ClapWeh in a Harbour. Yeah man. So the two criminal elements in question is presently on your screen. And they have since been identified as Demar Muirhead to the left and Rohan Garden to the right. Both end up lose them 3 points during an alleged confrontation with the police. So the police states that 43-year-old taxi driver Rohan Garden, also known as Squeeze, and 29-year-old laborer Demar Muirhead, also known as Teeco. Both men are residents of Old Harbour Bay in Old Harbour. It is said that the taxi driver, Rohan Garden, aka Squeeze, is from the section of Old Harbour Bay known as Bay Bottom. And the next criminal element identified as Demar Muirhead, otherwise known as Teeco. He's from a section of Old Harbour Bay known as Terminal. Now, the incident led to the police recovering 2 illegal firearms and ammunition from that bloody scene. Now, information reaching On The Spot News Media would suggest that sometime around 3:40 a.m. in the wee hours of this morning, officers from the Old Harbour Police Operational and Specialized Team were patrolling in the terminal area of Old Harbour Bay. It is said that they were met with gunfire from a group of 4 men when they saw the patrol team approaching. It is said that the 2 deceased men were a part of the group of 4. Now, according to reports reaching On The Spot News Media, sometime around 3:40 a.m., a team of police officers attached to the Old Harbour Police Operational and Specialized Unit, they were patrolling in the area known as Terminal in Old Harbour Bay. It is said that they saw a group of 4 men, and when the men saw them, they were greeted with gunfire. The police report stated that they took defensive positions and returned the gunfire in the direction of the criminal elements, which led to a running gun battle between the police and the criminals. But after the smoke was clear and the battle had been won by the police, the 2 criminal elements presently on your screen was found in an area not too far from where the firefight had taken place. It is said that both injured men were rushed to the hospital, not in a bid to save them life, but more so to have them officially pronounced you know what by a doctor. Now, the police stated that the other 2 men managed to escape in the area on foot, but they are not for sure if those two were also injured because they were following blood trail which led to a wooded, bushed up type of area. Now, the preliminary reports would suggest that the group of men were also involved in the illegal removal of copper wires from the Jamaica Public Service Power Plant, an area that is said by the police to be frequently targeted by criminal elements. Now, the Old Harbour Police, the man in charge of that particular station, Detective Inspector Morris, stated that this particular incident is to warn individuals against confronting law enforcement, emphasizing that the police remain unwavering in their efforts to combat crime and rid Old Harbour Police in area of criminal elements. Yeah, man. So another decent spot of work again by the squaddy them. Now the next thing that we gotta talk about, my peeps, me know say many are gonna say, boy, life is so unfair, but the law set a certain type of way for a reason. Now watch this. A car dealer who swindled 17 persons out of nearly $30 million sentenced to time served, which is 15 months. Now the car dealer, identified as Akeem Adamson, a licensed car dealer, he was sentenced in the St. Anne Parish Court yesterday. And he basically pleaded guilty to 17 counts of fraudulent conversion. So all 17 complainants either paid Adamson for the importation of motor vehicles that they never got, or gave him vehicles to sell but never received any money. He had two similar cases dismissed in the St. James Parish Court in January of last year after completing court-ordered mediation and agreeing to make resolution. So the judge, after him plead guilty, sentenced him to time served because he was in custody awaiting trial for this matter for 15 months. So the judge sentenced him to 15 months, which him already in a jail for. So him basically get a free pass then, walk away scotch-free after fraudulently taking monies from over 17 persons amounting to nearly $30 million. Now one would say, boy, a wickedness that on the spot news medium should I get more time. But to how the law set up, you see once no violence, no use in getting the money, you get little time for that. But you see once gun come into play, knife come into play, or any form of violence, that is where you have an increase in sentencing in terms of time that you will be doing behind bars. Hence the reason why a lot of quote-unquote educated people and scammers try to scam you out of your money without the use of violence. Because the time that they will get if they are caught, and it seems as if the more money you thief, the less time them give you to. The time where them are going to get are basically cowboy sentence that has gone to certain people in the streets, so them describe a small sentence. Cowboy holiday in terms of if you go get violent with a person now, then right there, so you attract some serious time to your sentencing. Now the last thing that we're going to talk about, my peeps, is coming from out of the Westmoreland Police Division, where the Negril police in Westmoreland are searching for a taxi operator suspected in a fatality of a 54-year-old jerk vendor identified as Rodroy Powell. He's known as Jerky in the streets. So the incident reportedly occurred sometime around 3 p.m. on February 26, where the suspect allegedly chopped Powell at the Negril bus park. So I can show you a small snippet of what transpired before the choppings go on. And as I can see, the two man them, the man of the blue and the Rasta looking one, we take the machete from out of the back of the vehicle, them two man that did a war. The one in the blue shirt, a him named Jerky and a him get the chopping of him Farin. Now, the criminal suspect hails from the community of Grangeville in Westmoreland. And it is said that he reportedly fled the scene and is now being sought by the Negril police CIB. Now, wanna see why when time police search these taxis and take away them machete them have each up in a taxi and all these things, how important that is. It is incidents like this that could have been avoided. But then again, the jerk man have fame one too. So it could have worked out either way. So that's why we have to try to work out our differences amicably. And not everything and not every argument deserve to end in violence or somebody's life being taken. We are big people, you know. We can't just say sorry if we wrong somebody. Or we can't just walk away and live to fight another day type of thing. We just have to engage in some sort of brutal act against each other. Every man a try to prove by every man who is better. Because the two man them draw a weapon. So it could have worked out anyway. I could have the taxi cab driver get the chopping of him face and end up lose him 3 pints. Same way. Because we don't know for sure what really transpired leading into both of them having that verbal turn physical altercation. But it just really sad because one man is now laying lifeless on a block of ice and the next man is now wanted. Two of them are working youth where contribute differently to society. One jerk chicken and sell and the other one run taxi. Now, boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. But I would advise you still for just turning yourself to the police and nobody stay out there and run wanted. Because you might end up on the wrong side of the fence and probably end up laying down on a block of ice beside the man whose life you have taken. So that is most definitely a warning. So just turn in yourself, and we're not talking about just from the police, because the man they are family, the man they are friend, and somebody might see you and chop up you back too. So just turn in yourself to the police and figure out what can go on thereafter. Get yourself a lawyer and do the thing. Yeah, man. Say no, my peeps. Remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.